I arrive at the restaurant a full hour before opening, the familiar creak of the back door greeting me like an old friend. The upstairs office is still and quiet, washed in pale morning gray. It carries the scent of yesterday's coffee and the faint trace of my father's cologne that never really leaves. From downstairs comes the distant rhythm of the kitchen, waking up metal pans clattering, burners igniting, soft conversation drifting upward. I drop my laptop bag onto the worn leather chair and twist on the old desk lamp. Its warm yellow glow spills over piles of folders, handwritten notes, and receipts arranged in my mother's meticulous but hopelessly outdated filing style. I've spent the past week combing through all of it, prepping for the digital overhaul my parents have resisted for years. My laptop screen brightens the dim room as the new accounting software loads, numbers finally lining themselves into something logical instead of the chaos my family clings to. 8 years of community college night classes, just to get the restaurant into the 21st century before I leave for Seattle. The door bursts open with a loud bang. Sienna steps inside, eyebrows raised, her perfect blonde hair styled into an effortless mess that definitely took effort. She's in her usual management uniform, tailored black pants, a crisp white blouse, subtle gold jewelry catching the lamplight. "I didn't expect you here before me," she says, her voice rising with surprise. "Mom said you'd be helping, but I didn't think you'd be this." Eager, I keep my eyes on the laptop, ignoring the sharp edge hidden in her tone. "Just trying to be useful before I leave for Seattle. I know the restaurant means everything to the family." Sienna drops her designer purse onto the desk and pours herself coffee from the pot I brewed. "Right, Seattle." She sips slowly, watching me over the rim. "I still can't believe you're leaving us." The way she says it makes it sound like betrayal, not ambition. "The world doesn't begin and end at these doors," I mutter, scrolling through accounts payable. I stop, frown, scroll up again. Something's off. I click through the entries once more, stomach tightening as the numbers line up into an ugly pattern. $25,000, a $25,000. Discrepancy scattered through entries over 6 months. Too precise to be a mistake, too buried to be accidental. "Sienna," I say, keeping my tone controlled, "I'm seeing a $25,000 issue in the books." She sets her mug down and steps behind me to peer at the screen. Her hand tightens on the back of my chair. "It's probably just a small oversight somewhere," she says dismissively. "Don't worry about it." But her smile looks too stiff, her posture too rigid. For a moment, neither of us speaks. I catch her reflection in the dark window eyes a touch too wide, smile stretched thin. The memory of last week slices through me. The acceptance letter to the Master of Information Systems program at the University of Washington had arrived that morning. I'd waited until dinner to share the news, heart pounding as I explained the financial aid package and the scholarship covering half the tuition. All I needed was for my parents to co-sign a $74,000 loan just for a better interest rate. We were sitting at the same kitchen table where we'd celebrated birthdays for 20 years. My father didn't even lift his eyes from his plate. "We need to reinvest in Sienna," he'd said with a careless wave. You don't contribute anything to the restaurant's future." My mother had shifted the conversation immediately. "Speaking of investing in Sienna, tell us more about your patio proposal." And just like that, I vanished again. While they hung on Sienna's every word, I sat there tallying the $112,000 they'd spend on her private college, European trips, her car compared to my scholarships and night classes. The memory fades as Sienna leans over me now, pointing at the screen. "Show me how this new system works." Will I need to learn all of this? I nod, pushing the financial red flag aside for the moment. "I'll walk you through it. It's pretty simple once you get used to it." For the next hour, I demonstrate the payment system, explaining each function while Sienna hovers too close. Her questions are sharp, all about access and security. So, who else can get into this system? She asks, tapping a manicured nail on the keyboard. Just us for now. I set up an administrator account with full access. I jot the password on a sticky note ** here. I'll write this down for you. You'll need it if I'm not around. She accepts the note, examines it carefully, then slips it into her pocket. I catch the faint tension in her face as I move through the vendor payment interface. One of the tools she never fully understood, no matter how many times I walked her through it. You make it look so simple, she murmurs, though a thin strain of envy curls beneath the words. My phone vibrates in my pocket. Aunt Loren's name flashes across the screen. I hesitate, then rise. I need to get this. It's Aunt Lorraine. Sienna rolls her eyes. Dad's rebellious sister calling her golden girl. I step into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Hey, Aunt Lorraine. Riley, she says, warmth threading through her voice. I saw your school application. I'm covering your tuition, all of it. My throat tightens. Wait, what? How did you even? The financial aid office reached out. I was your reference, so I checked on your status. A brief pause. They mentioned the loan issue. Tears sting my eyes. I can't let you do that. It's $74,000. Some people can't see beyond their own doorstep, Riley, she says gently, but with iron in her tone. Don't let them box on your future. This is me investing in you, and it's already decided. When the call ends, I stay in the hallway, wiping my eyes as gratitude and resolve pulse through me. I'll finish this project properly before I leave. The restaurant deserves that much, even if my own family refuses to see my worth. When I return to the office, I find Sienna poring over the financial logs on my laptop. She snaps to another screen the moment I step inside. I am heading out for lunch, I tell her, grabbing my purse. The system's in the middle of a data migration. Just leave everything running. Only you and I know the password anyway. Of course. Her smile appears too bright, too fast. Take your time. At the doorway, I pause and glance back. There's something electric in the air-sharp volatile. Sienna keeps unnervingly still until she assumes I'm fully turned away. Then her fingers hover over the keyboard, poised like a hunter the second I look from view. 3 days later, my phone erupts nonstop. The first call comes a little after 9 on Wednesday morning, Martin from the produce supplier, his voice strained with barely checked irritation. Riley, we haven't received payment for the last 2 shipments. Is something going on? That can't be right, I say, already logging in. The batch payments went out Monday. Let me check and call you back. Before I can hang up, another call pops through. Then another. By 9:30, my desk phone glows like a holiday display, every line flashing with vendors demanding answers about missing payments. I open the payment dashboard, dread coiling tighter with every click as I pull up the scheduled transactions. The page loads, revealing a blank list where yesterday there had been a full row of vendor payouts. $70,000 in payments gone without a trace. This can't be real, I breathe, clicking through folders, menus, logs. I checked each payment myself. I dive into the audit trail, scrolling fast through the activity stamps. My heart stutters when I find it, a deletion entry, time-stamped 1:23 p.m. Tuesday. During lunch, when my laptop was unattended. The listed user, Riley Grant, admin. My account. My login. My responsibility. The office door bursts open. Sienna stands there, clutching her phone, her face twisted with what looks like panic. Mom and Dad are on their way, she says, voice shaking. The vendors are threatening to cut us off. What did you do? I didn't do anything. My hands fly over the keyboard, searching for backups, shadow files, anything that proves what really happened. Someone deleted the entire payment queue yesterday while I was at lunch. Sienna is already dialing her phone again. Asterisk. Mom, Dad, you need to get here now. It's worse than we thought. 20 minutes later, the office feels like it's shrinking around us. My father paces behind me, his face blotched red above his crisp collar. My mother stands rigid, arms crossed, eyes like ice as she watches me fight through recovery attempts. Sienna lingers close to them, hands folded together as though she's praying. The vendors hadn't been paid, she explains, her voice pitched a shade too high. They're threatening to cut us off. My father stops mid-stride. What exactly happened here? Before I can speak, Sienna jabs a finger toward me. It was her. She's the only one who has access to the new payment system. She's the one responsible. And that is not true, I protest, twisting away from the screen. I taught you how to use it. I literally gave you the password. My mother scoffs sharply. Riley and F. We can all see the evidence right there. Your account deleted the payments. I was at lunch when that happened. Someone else logged in as me. My father smacks his palm against the desk, making the pens jump. Don't insult us with that garbage. You're a saboteur. The word slams into me like a hit to the ribs. Why would I sabotage something I spent years building? That doesn't even make sense. Sienna's eyes glimmer with perfectly timed tears. Are you saying I tried to ruin the restaurant? Mom and Dad just rejected your $74,000 loan request last week. Her voice fractures, theatrical and delicate. So obviously you did this on purpose? To get revenge on the family. The phone rings again. My father snatches it up, jaw tightening as he listens. Yes, Mr. Daniels, I understand your concern. We value your partnership. No, this is highly irregular. He covers the receiver, eyes burning into me. The meat supplier. He'll cut us off if we don't pay by close of business. I look at my parents, really look, and the truth chills me all the way through. They believe her. No hesitation. No questions. No attempt to hear me out. The betrayal is so sharp it steals the words from my tongue. Sienna steps closer, laying a gentle hand on my father's arm just as he hangs up. Let me deal with the suppliers, she offers softly, her tone saint-like. I know Riley acted recklessly. I'll apologize and work something out. My mother nods with approval. You've always been the dependable one. I forgive you, Sienna says to me, her expression an elegant blend of pity and triumph. But don't ever do something like this again. I didn't do anything, I whisper, barely loud enough to hear myself. My mother turns to her. Remove her access. All of it, immediately. The restaurant staff cluster nearby, pretending to be busy as they witness the implosion of a family. I see the look in their eyes, the careful, practiced neutrality of people who know better than to comment. My father clamps his hand around my arm, his grip bruising. Come with me. He escorts me through the dining room, past customers who lower their gazes and staff who suddenly care very much about silverware. At the front door, my mother stands waiting with a cardboard box holding my purse, my jacket, and the framed picture from my desk. We do not tolerate an ungrateful saboteur, she says, her tone colder than I've ever heard. Choosing not to involve the police is mercy, remember that, for the rest of your life. The door shuts behind me with a final, echoing click. I stand in the parking lot, staring at the business my family just cast me out of asterisk,